Well, hello everybody, Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular is here. I want to show you some of the coins that I have just been really enjoying lately. As a coin collector, I mean, you're probably going to have your favorites, right? I definitely do. There's quite a few in this little pack right here. So if you can bear with me, I want to go ahead and show you some of my favorite coins that I have right now. These coins right here, as far as my favorites go, could change in my future as a coin collector. I mean, I hope that I do find bigger and better coins as I go on that really appeal to me. But for right now, these are coins that I love extra, I love all my coins, don't get me wrong, but I love these ones extra. And, they really appeal to my eye and my thought process. I think about them once in a while. I know it's kind of weird, right? But hey, that's what coin collectors do. So without further ado, let me get into these coins. So this one right here is one that I got from the coin guy. You probably remember me talking about this. It was actually on one of the shows. And he told a story about how a young kid sold it to him and said that he found it on a beach. And I was like, ooh, cha-ching, if that's that case, I would love to have that coin right there. So you can see that there's definitely some damage right here to the obverse of the coin, right? You can see all that pitting. And then if you look right here at the reverse, you can again see some of that going on. So when I heard found it on the beach, I was thinking, okay, that must be a washed up shipwrecked treasure, right? And you can see some swipies here because maybe the guy that found it, kid, boy, whatever he was, he probably said, ooh, I'm going to go sell this thing, so I want to get top dollar for it. Let me go ahead and swipe some of the gunk off of it and probably get a little abrasive right there, as you can see. But you know what? Still love this coin. I think it's really neat being saltwater damage because what does that mean, right? Saltwater damage on a coin, it probably wasn't a shipwreck. I mean, we can't guarantee that by any means, but where else was this kind of coin right here? So 1783 Mexico 8 real. Super in love with this coin. And I thought it was even cooler that I was able to take this coin and then send it in too and get those little bells and whistles, which I think for a damaged and a clean coin is one of the few coins that I will buy or want in my collection. And it's actually one of my favorites now. So this coin right here, oh, this little gem, yeah. This coin, I have a love-hate relationship with what this coin is all about because, first of all, I love the coin itself. I'm super happy with this coin. This is a 1917 Denver, right? Yeah, Denver. PCGS graded this thing AU58. And I got this coin from the coin guy, if you remember. And we looked at this and I was like, man, this is such a beauty, this thing right here. And I was like, I got to send this in. It's just too stinking pretty. You usually don't see the Mercury dimes with that kind of toning to them. So super beautiful. And also, listen, I'm calling it full split bands, right? There's no problem there. But apparently, if you don't get the mint state designation, that you're not going to actually get split bands. For whatever reason, that makes no sense to me in my mind. If it's split bands, period, right? You can't say, oh, because it's not a certain grade, it's not split bands. No, split bands are split bands. And that's what we have here. Can I zoom in even more? I mean, it's a really beautiful coin. I'm very surprised in the grade of this, and that's why I kind of have that love-hate relationship with it. But I think it's a stunner. Super happy no matter what the grade is. I mean, buy the coin and not the slab. And in this case, this coin right here outshines the slab a million times. It's a beauty. Super happy with that one. Love looking at it. Next, I believe I got this one at one of the fun shows. Little schmutz on the capsule here. But this is a 1885 PCGS Mint State 63. So it's only a 63, no real big deal, right? Deep mirror proof like. So this is a nice looking coin. I don't know if you can kind of capture how pretty this is in person, but it is a pretty coin. I might have a Morgan dollar here next to me. Let me see. To try to compare it with, you know what, right here's one. Of course, I'm Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. Of course, I have a loose Morgan dollar just hanging out. So you can see the difference in a coin that's been definitely worn out and used versus a mint state coin. So there's a used one over here, as you can tell, versus the deep mirror proof like right here on the right side. So a lot of differences. Notice how the hairline right there is just so much more defined on a coin that hasn't been played with. Now, a lot of times you'll see these little scratches and, cuts out of her face and the fields of the coin right here. And these coins were oftentimes just kind of in bags rolling around with each other, scraping up against each other. And so that stuff is very common to see. Almost, it'd be very, very rare to not see that kind of stuff. Anyways, I love this coin. I love the fact that it's a deep mirror proof, like, just because those dimple coins are just so fun to collect, aren't they? So this is my little contribution to the dimples, and happy to have this, happy to look at it. And this is one of those coins too where I also enjoy the whole package being the slab, believe it or not. And next, ladies and gentlemen, one of my absolute favorite coins. I had to have this one. It actually inspired me, if you remember, to make my own version of the Fujio cent right here. This is my own personal design into a silver round. And I used the Fujio cent that I have right here that inspired me to go ahead and have this created. And yeah, pretty cool, I think. Anyways, this is the 1787 Fujio cent, huh? Wow. PCGS graded VF20. So actually, for an old coin, especially an old copper coin like this that was meant to be utilized, that's not a bad grade, really. I mean, you can see a lot of the details on this. If you have ever hunted down Fujio cents, you'll know that a lot of times they are hard to see. You don't get all these details in those coins. So this is fantastic. And what's so great about the Fujio cent is that this is truly America's first coin, which makes it, to me, extra special. So here you go. You have the Fujio, and then the mind your business. So Fujio, I think translated over from Latin, would mean time flies. So time flies, so mind your business. 1787. That sundial and that sun just popping down. Ooh, looks so good. So stinking good. And we are one. Now, there's a lot of different variations of the Fujio cent, and you can see right here that I have the Newman 15V. I actually have a book somewhere. It might be in my my best reading spot, if you men know where that is. I might have it in there, but it talks about a lot of the varieties and everything. And I definitely don't want this to be my last Fujio cent, but I absolutely love this thing. I love the history behind it, being America's first coin. I love how many different variations there were. I love the meaning, the symbolism. Time flies, so mind your business. Ah, man. I mean, just a lot of stuff going on here. Very, very cool coin. One of my absolute favorites. And like I said, I want that to be one of the first Fujio cent, not the last. And oh yeah, another coin that I'm totally happy to get with environmental damage, right? So this is a pillar dollar. This is one of the collector's fan favorites, I would say. You know, like out there, if you are a collector of world coins or United States coinage, you're going to love the pillar dollar. And, you know, we talked about the Fujio cent being America's first coin. Well, this is a coin right here that America was basically saying, like, let us use this stuff. This needs to be coins that we use here in America because they're out there already. They're already made. We've got them over here. Let's just go ahead and make this kind of like our currency, you know, that we use. And it's just a great coin. If you can see the edge of this thing, it just looks like a tire, just ready to roll. It is so, so cool. And of course, the Pillars of Hercules. 1742. I mean, this right here is absolutely like pirate treasure. I mean, this is stuff that you just imagine, you know, went from port to port. You know what I mean? This is cool stuff. Little swipey right there across it. But man, it's beautiful. This coat of arms on the reverse. Fantastic. These are big, they feel good. They're heavy. They're awesome coins. And 8 real, of course. AU details on this one. So I got the AU so I could see a lot of the coin and what was going on. But the environmental damage is likely, although it can't be attributed to it exactly, but it's likely from a shipwreck, right? Environmental damage is usually something to do with saltwater damage or so. So this very well could have been a shipwreck coin. And when you look into these coins right here, they're very expensive no matter what the condition, first of all. But when you find one that is like not any kind of details or it's just a raw, like straight grade, crazy expensive. Crazy. I mean, probably thousands. couple thousand at least. So beautiful coin, a lot of history there, a lot of symbolism, a lot of meaning even for a U.S. collector, just because that was kind of like, hey, this is what we're going to use. They even talk about it early on in the Red Book of Coins. If you haven't seen that, here, of course, is a Red Book of Coins. This is an older one, but I think most Red Books, even today, will have that beginning part. And we'll just skip through for a second. Right here, you can see that they even use those Spanish milled dollars or the pillar dollars as an example of America's first coinage, basically, because that's just what was there and what was available. And we were busy trying to build stuff, not trying to make coins right at that very moment, I guess, huh? Anyways, here is another one. So an early U.S. coin, early U.S. coin, 1798. So only a few years after America became America in 1776, right? Wow. Plugged and whizzed, so it's not perfect by any means. Got some damage to it here. But this coin in particular, these early dollars, in just about any condition, they're expensive. They are a big piece of history in the United States. And they're beautiful, aren't they? I mean, United States Mint, can we redo one of these, please? Whew, look at that. I mean, still great details on the flag there, or well, the coat of arms, I guess. The shield, still great details. Stinking beautiful. And I guess that would probably be the area where it was plugged and then, whizzed over to try to cover it up a little bit. But it is what it is on this coin right here. Just happy to have it. She was an expensive beauty for sure. I believe that even after I bought her, the price already had gone up. These old coins are just going to go, up and up and up. That's the only place for this kind of stuff right here. This is American history in every breath of those words. Craziness. I love that thing so much. Even damaged, it's still cool to me. Speaking of cool, huh? How about this? So, old coin, right? Old Spanish treasure for sure. Basically, the Spanish had come and parked over in Florida and was over basically mining gold and getting gold from Mexico, and then dragging it over back to Florida, and then with the plans to kind of come back up the seas and over back to Spain and try to help their economy over there because they were kind of struggling. And so they had all this gold and all this silver that they had been mining for all this time, and they just happened to pick the wrong day to start sailing away because a hurricane just destroyed, I think it was 11 ships, and I think that they are not even completely 100% certain of that number. So there's, let's call it 11 ships that just got ravaged by the hurricane there. And I believe one escaped to tell the tale, and that was it out of all those ships. So this is a piece of that amazing history, that shipwreck, the 1715 fleet, and they also call it the plate fleet, or plate being plata, or Spanish for silver. So this is a wonderful addition to my collection. Some of the details over time have been lost because if this goes down under the water and it starts to kind of, although it's not going to tarnish because of the salt water, it can definitely kind of get ground away a little bit by debris or even the roughness of the salt, that heaviness of that water just kind of grinding over it for hundreds of years. So very cool. I thought that maybe this would have some kind of clipped kind of situation because there's some pieces kind of missing here and there around the edge, but this could very well have been just how it was hammered down, because this is an old minting process of just basically somebody putting it somewhere between a couple of dies and just hammering it and just trying to get it to where it was decent. So a lot of times when you see these old gold coins like this, they are not perfect by any means. They're always off-centered and always kind of just jacked looking because it's not a perfect process by any means. But actually, I went and got a book on old cobs, and old treasure coins, just to try to really use that to identify, what was going on here on the coin. Super beautiful, super awesome. So it's interesting too, when you look at coins like this, to know that they're still out there. Every time there's a hurricane in Florida, people go comb the beaches on the East Coast, the Treasure Coast, trying to find little remnants of that, 1715 fleet that ends up washing up on shore. And they're still out there diving for this stuff too. Very amazing that stuff is still out there today, and it can still come up on the shore looking like it was brand new, because gold doesn't get corroded and tarnished like silver does. So it just looks like it's just happened yesterday. Super awesome. Oh, look at this. The 1893 Isabella. The reason why I like the Isabella so much is because it is a classic commemorative coin. Okay. I do the classic commemorative $half typeset. I have every single one in the typeset. It's technically part of that set, although it is a quarter and not a $half. But the reason why I love this so much is it reminds me of a coin that is not from the United States, although it is a total United States coin. That's why I love this so much. So 1893, 25-cent Isabella in mint state 66, this coin. So nice high grade for this coin. A lot of times, if you have been trying to look at these coins, if you go to coin shows and try to look for the Isabella, you'll find a lot of damaged ones, first of all, a lot of raw coins, because people don't want to send them in because they know they're going to come back damaged, cleaned, etc. But this coin right here, all the bells and whistles, beautiful toning on her. She deserves a plus and a CAC sticker for sure. I mean, you got to send it in to get that done, of course, but she deserves a lot more than she has. She's not just a little 66. There's no way, in my opinion, that she's a 66. Based on all the ones I've seen, this is way, way better than most 66s, 67s even that I've seen. This is a wonderful coin, and I'm just super happy to have it. It wasn't cheap, by the way. It was very expensive. I can't remember the exact dollar amount. Otherwise, I would just tell you. But beautiful toning on her. As you can see, the rainbow toning. A lot of details going on there. Yeah. She is super great. One day if I can ever get in to get stuff graded with CAC, or, I might slide it in there and see if they can't get that little green bean sticker on there, because I think it totally deserves it. Not that that matters much, right? It's a sticker, but as far as when I, ever had to sell this coin or whatever, it would 100% add value based on the history of CAC stickers. It's just the truth. It's the way the hobby has gone. It is what it is. Here's another classic commemorative that I just love so much. So here is the Panama Pacific. A lot of Pan Pacific coins out there, a lot of gold ones too. You remember the octagonal or even the round Pan Pacific, the gold ones? Beautiful stinking coins, but also crazy expensive. I mean, like $50,000 to $80,000 for a really low grade on those things. Crazy monies. Beautiful, right? Yeah. United States of America has a really iconic reverse. I would like to see this reverse right here on some of the stuff that we're doing today at the United States Mint, because that is iconic looking. It has the whole eagle in there, no clipped wings or anything like that. It's just a strong looking wing outstretched eagle. I love it. Love it very much. And this right here, this era of coinage just came out just where the coins were just beautified. Right? You're not focused on like a president or just a one person. Here's two people that you can never really truly identify, and it's just boom. It's just beautiful. It just reminds me of just, like Lady Liberty on coins. Really, really nice. So there you go. Only worth 50 cents, right? That's what it says, 50 cents. This is actually a very expensive one, and I scoured many coin shows and many different years trying to find the perfect Pan Pacific, and I finally found what I thought was the best one for my buck, and just happy to have it. Oh, and it has a little green bean on it, little green CAC sticker, so we like to see that. Does add some extra value to the coin there, and super happy. A little toning to it right there. Not bad toning whatsoever. I love that. I love looking at that one. And then, last but not least, let's bring out some more gold. What do you think? Right here. Super common year, 1927. Not a big deal. But the big deal comes with the mint state 66. Definitely a higher mint state. Can it get higher? Sure. Can it get lower? It does, oftentimes. And when you look at this coin, it reminds you, or well, let's just use me. It reminds me of a modern gold eagle, right? It just looks that good to where you're like, oh, this is just, a 2023 gold eagle is what it looks like. But this is actually a 90% St. Gaudens double eagle gold coin. Really, really pretty. The details just flash on that eagle. Really, really great. There's some spots for sure that makes it to where it's definitely not perfect, but this is a great coin. I love the luster on it. I love the details. I love how this looks like it's just a modern, brand new gold eagle, but it's not. It's not at all. It's approaching 100 years old. She's getting long in the tooth over here, this old gal. Super happy to have that right there. Yeah, this was one that I saw and I was like, you know what? I got to have one that's just real high grade. I want to see what St. Gaudens, had in mind when this coin was designed. Pretty, huh? Wow. So beautiful, so iconic that we just use it today. Use it today in our United States gold eagles, the new ones. I love it. What do you think about my coins, huh? My selection. You think I picked some good ones that I like? I don't know. You guys have to tell me. I'm really happy to have all of them. It's definitely a labor, isn't it? It's a labor of love to go out and try to find these coins. They don't just come to you, you know what I mean? There's plenty of stuff online, but if you want to find the ones that really appeal to you, you got to go out there and look for them. So hopefully you're going to your coin shows, you're going to your coin shops often, you're building a relationship with people at coin shows and coin shops and trying to find these little pieces of heaven right there. Sometimes a relationship doesn't have to be days and months long. Sometimes you can go to a coin show and you can say, your little piece, you can be polite and stuff, and it builds a real quick relationship and you can get some good prices on stuff. All of this, right here, I've been able to talk people down from. I haven't paid full price. Like the Isabella, I remember that was a very expensive coin, but I spent a little time with the person, said, hey, I've been really looking for one. That one looks good. And it was between this one and a way cheaper one. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you got a really good coin right there, man. He's like, I'm actually really jealous that you were able to buy that coin. So it's a beauty. Super happy to have these, man. Anyways, tell me about those ones that you just love right now, because I'm sure there's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins that are in your collection that you go back to, you keep on looking, you keep on thinking about. So tell me in the comments down below what those coins are for you, because I'm curious. I might do this video again down the road in the next year, 2 years, God willing, creek don't rise. I'll be able to show you more of my favorites, and maybe my favorites will change over time. Who knows? I got to go for now. I really appreciate you for watching. I hope you have some favorites for me. Spegtacular is out. Well, hello, everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. When I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.